Hey, what up, family? What's going on? It's Ty from No Picks Podcast.
What's good, family? This is Joe checking in. No Picks Podcast.
All right, so check this out. Today, we're going to react to some content involving Trina. So, Trina was on the Angie Martinez show, and Trina made some comments about not wanting to be a baby mom or a single parent. All right, so we're gonna play the clip, and we're gonna react to it.
Trina for the baddest. All right,
Right,
let's see.
right.
Baby mama.
No.
Yeah.
Everybody I know had a baby and they was all in love. I'm so in love. My man. A year later after the baby's born, y'all break up. So now you on to the next man and the next baby daddy. And then I'm like, but do you want like a family? Do you want to not raise this kid up single? Do you want like somebody to be there?
I feel
Do
you.
you want like this?
I don't think
family.
that anybody ever wants that. I think everybody wants that.
You think?
I don't think anybody
Well,
wants
that's
to
what I'm saying.
not.
Some of my friends, I don't care if he's not. I just want my baby.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I grew up like,
No,
and then, but then I watch you. Yeah, you're happy with your baby, and I'm happy for you. It's beautiful because now you're a parent. You have to put your best foot forward for the child, whether the man isn't there. But like, do you not feel like this child needs that support of the guy? Some like my friend with a son, like your son ended up like getting in trouble at 11, 12 years old, going to jail because he don't have a dad. He don't have nobody to like structure him.
Yeah.
So me personally.
Wow. That's definitely
Wow.
a nice little interesting clip. So let me ask you, Joe. I mean, is Trina making sense here?
Yes, she's making sense, and the fact that it's coming from Trina for me makes it so much better because I love when women try to hold each other accountable, right? But yes, she does make sense, and she also it's just like, yeah, that's a question, bro. If anytime, and you know this, we've talked about this. Anytime somebody gets pregnant, right? The question that is never asked to her to the woman is, when's the marriage? You can't even ask that question. Like when a shorty gets pregnant, my first thought is like, oh, okay, so y'all about to get married? Because I'm like, are we creating more baby mamas and baby dads? Are we having more single parent households? Like, are we perpetuating these cycles that we're really trying to get rid of because they're contributing to our cultural failure? Like, are they setting our culture behind? But they don't, bro. They will be so happy about the child is coming. They'll take maternity pictures, dad in none of the pictures. You know what I mean? But like, if you ask what is the marriage, they'll look at you crazy, as if like, what do you mean marriage? You know what I mean? Like, so it's like we've talked about this so many times, bro. Like, I don't understand the baby mama, baby dadder culture, and we've said it before. If you want to be a baby father, the quickest way to do that, a wife with a black chick, you'll be a baby dad really quick.
Yeah.
Really quick. You know what I mean? Because it's just something it's a toxic part of the culture that is gaining momentum, and I hate it. So off rip, my initial response. What you think?
So, all right. So let me say this. I agree with what Angie Martinez said. Right. I don't think anybody goes into a situation where when they get pregnant.
Nah, bro.
Going to be a baby mom. I don't think they're.
Nah, bro.
I think they think they're going to be forever. But this is a problem for me. Even if they think that, even if they go in with pure intentions, is that you are being silly about that. Like you need to make sure that this person is suitable. You need to make sure if you potentially having a baby with this person, you need to make sure this person will commit to you in that type of way. So it's your fault that you failed to do that. So,
right.
But I'll also say this: women talk a lot about female intuition, right? And they talk about how like, oh well, we can just feel these things.
Cook, bro, cook.
Right?
Go ahead, cook 'em.
But they can never feel when they're going to be when they pick the bad mate and they're going to be a single mom. They can never feel that. The female intuition starts and ends with my man cheated on me and I found out. That's it. My man went to the bathroom to take a shit and I looked at his phone and I saw some naked pictures from Sabrina. That's the only way the female intuition works. It don't work on picking the mate. It don't work on picking the dude that's like be a good dad and provide or protect or whatever your dynamic will be. It only works when the dude is asleep because he went out with the fellas the night before and he gets really really wasted. And you look at his phone and you find that like he's texting women and he linked up with women. And then you got to break up with him because he's a cheater.
Right.
That's the only time it works. Female intuition is very convenient. It's very like only in this one specific situation. Yep. It's not that we just have these, intuition powers. You don't meet a guy on a train and be like, yo, you know what? Hey, Jim, you know what? My female intuition says you won't be a good mate and you won't be there when I have this baby. So I'm out of here. I'm an intuition my ass over here to Sam. Well, Sam will marry me and do X, Y, and Z. No.
Yeah.
You give it to Jim, have a baby, and then later find out like it didn't work out. Where was the intuition? Your intuition should have kicked in right then and there, like it kicked in
Right.
when Jim goes to the bathroom, when Jim takes a
Right.
nap.
Right.
It should have kicked in. Why is it only
Right.
kicking in this situation?
The only time. And then of course they run on social media. My baby daddy ain't shit. People ain't shit. And it's just like, well, if you got pregnant and had a ain't shit nigga's baby, what does that make you? It baffles me that women can go on social media complaining about how terrible their baby fathers are, but it's like, but you got pregnant by him and then carried his baby to term and had that child. You are a clown. You guys should be in the Universal Circus together because you had his baby. You could have stopped. You could have quit. Listen, I'm never pushing for like abortions, but I'm saying a plan B, something.
Right.
There are too many ways for, like, we've talked about this before. A child that is born in current society now, especially let's talk about just America. A child that is born in America now in current times, it is always a choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
You either had sex without protection or you had no protection.
Right.
That's what I just said. You weren't on birth control. That is an option. We have contraceptives. We have a plan B in case you slip up and you still got to take care of it. And then up to 3 months, you can do something else if that is the course of action, right? Any child that comes into this world is a choice. It is a choice. So, I'm tired. Listen. This is no shade to single parents, right? To single parents, because I know there's a lot of us out there right now. America houses the highest percentage of single parent households. In the black community, something like what 75-80% of our kids are raised in single parent households. This is sad, y'all. This has to stop. But like I said, it's gotten so. Listen, there's two people in my life, and you know these people. We're not going to mention any names. One of them, we told him, "You're too young. Just graduated high school, was looking for work, couldn't do certain things, wasn't financially stable, wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed, got some chick pregnant, was
Right.
living at his grandparents' house with her, had the baby. Baby's 3 or 4 months now, and he's not even with the chick no more. Now he's living somewhere else with his next girlfriend. And we told this man, you're not ready to have this child. We told him, why are you having a child right now? And no matter how much we try to tell him, like, this should not be happening right now. In the other side, they were celebrating it. Everybody was excited. Everybody was excited. The baby was so. Even families fail their kids. It's not just the person. Sometimes your whole family is toxic. Your whole family can be enablers.
Right.
But we've told this person. And there's another person in our life who you know too, who got pregnant. Guy's not even in the picture anymore. Guy's questioning whether it's his because allegedly she's been ran through and she's out there. She's hotter than the tea kettle and she's out there getting ran through. So the baby could be somebody else's. But the point is that man doesn't want to be there anymore. That man has told you, I don't even trust that it's mine, and I don't want to be a father. I don't want to be in this kid's life. Has told this person that, and we've been advising this person, you should not have this child. Oh, why would you say that? This and that. Like, shorty, you are making a choice to be a single mother. The man's already telling you, I'm not trying to be here for you. Why would you want to start life off on hard mode? Hard mode already. And trust me, child support is not gonna be it's a horrible substitute for a father. Like, you can't put a price on a father who's taking care of his business. Child support doesn't make up for that. It doesn't. It might heal that wound temporarily. It might be nice when the money's coming in, but it's a choice, bro. It is a choice. And then another personal one for me, like, so in a previous relationship, I had, and I don't want to put too much information out there because I don't know who's watching this, right? And of course, people, it's personal business, but there's someone in my life who was angry that her first baby father, so she got together with this guy, she got pregnant, and like while she was still pregnant, found out dude was cheating. So she was so angry, she broke up with him, put him on child support, did whatever she had to do, right? Then she was angry at men, decided she thought she was going to be a lesbian for a while because, hey, niggas ain't shit, so why not try women? Realized it wasn't for her because it don't work that way for everybody. Through some crazy experiences, realized, oh wait, maybe I'm not gay. Maybe this ain't for me. I ain't built for this. Went back to men, but didn't want to have a relationship. Then she told the next guy, I want to have a baby, but I don't want you in that child's life. Literally told him, I want you to get me pregnant and then leave me alone because she was so angry at men. These are some of the selfish decisions that women make for a child. You didn't even give that child a choice to have a father. So these are things that people in our community do, bro. That's why when you were just like, everybody has anybody who gets pregnant is thinking about the family in mind. No, bro. No. There are women who just want the baby. They don't want the father. They don't want him. So
There,
I'm
there was
telling
this
you, I
book.
don't think everybody has that goal in mind to be a family. Some women just want babies.
There's this book that it's called Promises I Can Keep. I don't know who the author is, right? But basically, the book was about black single moms. The reason that they choose to have the baby, regardless of how crazy the situation is because that they like, okay, well, at least this life I can control this situation. I can control, my love for this person. They'll love me unconditionally. I'll love them unconditionally. And even if the father doesn't want to be around, or anyone, or all the rest of the world hates me or us, we'll still have each other. So that's a promise I can keep. That's the name of the book, Promises I Can Keep.
Right.
Um,
I haven't read it, but Kevin Samuels used to reference it because he said he read it too. Yeah, but I want to read that though. That
right.
sounds interesting.
So so it's like it makes sense. You know what I mean? Because I have
It's
people
a
in my
choice,
family.
bro.
Yeah, I
It's
have people in my family that made a move like that, and it's like,
yeah.
you ask them, they can't really answer why they had the baby. They're just like, well, I mean, don't matter. Like, I love them, it don't matter. And it's like, okay, well, what are the legit, like, how are you gonna take care of this kid? And they just, well, you know what? Put it this way, I think that a lot of people would make different decisions if the government wasn't there to bail people
I
out.
think so, and I think so too. And that for me is the big. And we've talked about the government. We've talked about the welfare system. We've talked about how the welfare system is crippling and has hurt our community. We've talked about
Yeah,
that before. So that's a conversation we've had before, and this is another example of we'll take the government money. We'll get the family court involved. Fuck it, I'll get my check. I'll
but
get my.
same thing with child support. If child support wasn't a thing, women would be more selective in who they had babies with, because they'd be like, okay, well, I could just put them on child support, and they think that's getting to the bag.
And that's so sad, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that sad? And
Yeah.
the excuses that they come up with their mind too, which is like marriage. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have commitment issues. Okay, but you got fucking pregnant.
Yeah.
That is a lifetime commitment. You know what I mean? Like you didn't marry that man, but you still have to interact with him for the rest of your life because you have a child by him.
I think women have a very unique ability to separate themselves based off the scenario. So you can say, like we said, well, I got commitment issues, but I have a baby. You mean like I got whatever issue, but I'll let this dude trick on me. Like it's I'm independent, but like you can still give me money. I still expect I'm independent and I got my own money and all that, but you can still give me money. Like the two don't make sense, but like women are able to separate themselves based off each situation. So they can say, in this situation I'm independent, but in this situation, I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm independent, but like I'm not independent. So like you just they could kind of just like they kind of like a pick and choose where where their train of thought will take them. Like as long as you
Right.
as long as you can rationalize. Like I said, with women or men with that deal with married people, right? It's like bro, like they I never deal with a married person until they mess with a married person, until they talk to a married person that they actually like. Then they'll deal with them, men and
Right.
women.
Right.
You'll rationalize it differently in your head. It's like, I'm not really dealing with a married person. We kind of just having fun.
Right.
It's not really. Like, it's kind of different because I'm different. My situation, I'm special. I'm unique.
Right.
So
Right. And if his wife don't know, then if they don't know, then it ain't happening, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they find ways to justify the shit or to
Yeah.
make it work. And you're so right, bro. But where we at? Okay, we're still good. No, seriously, bro. This conversation needs to continue. It needs to continue, but I'm so frustrated because I still see this, bro. I still see people having babies without thinking about the family structure. And I'm sorry, shorties. I don't care how much you try, how much in your mind you've convinced yourself, but you will never be a father.
it's
You
too
won't.
convenient, bro. It's too
You won't be a
convenient.
father. I
Right.
can't be a mom. You can't be a dad. You might be able to juggle some of the responsibilities, but I'm telling you, I can't do what a mom can do the way that a mom does. I can't. I'm not even gonna lie and be delusional and act like I could be a mom. I'm not gonna be with my daughter on Mother's Day talking about, well, I step up for my daughter, so I might as well get a happy Mother's Day for what?
Yeah.
That shit is whack.
It's too convenient,
So
bro. Like think about all the things that women get from having a baby, right? So you like so in the man not around, right? So you get pregnant by Pookie. Pookie leaves. Pookie's not around. You can put Pookie on child support, get some money from child support. You can get on public assistance. You can get free housing or really really cheap housing, PHA housing in Philly, Public Housing Authority, right? Pay $70 a month. You don't have to pay any bills. You could get Lahi, right? So it's like you get those are the people that you see driving by in Philly. It's like fucking 7 degrees outside and their windows open. It's because their heat is blasting so hot and so high in their house that they just got to open the window. They don't even have to turn the heat down because they're not paying for the heat anyway. It's irrelevant to them. They don't care.
Right.
The city is paying for their heat because they're in a situation like that. They're low income. The dad isn't around. X, Y, and Z. What else? And the mom also gets somebody to love them unconditionally. That kid will love that mom to the end because and that mom will benefit from that love. You could get that tingly feeling all the time. Like you know what? It's me and my kids to the end of the earth. But like you made that decision. So like there aren't that many. And the only real consequence is that there's a stigma behind it. It's like, bro, like you're a single mom, X, Y, and Z, and that's not really that bad in the Black community. The stigma isn't really that bad because there's so many of them that they kind of like build together. Let me say this: my ex-wife, right? She refers to me as her baby dad. And when I've heard her talk to her friends or whatever, she's like, because like ex-wife is like most of our women not getting married type shit. You know what I mean? So it's like.
Right.
I think that she's like dumbing down her situation to be like, well, I'm just like y'all. I just got a baby daddy too.
Yeah.
I'm a motherfucker on child support. So
right.
You mean so it's like she's comfortable in that kind of zone because it's like everybody else is there too. Most of them bitches ain't. None of her friends are ex-wives that have kids. They're just baby moms. The nigga just got them knocked up, and they were fighting with this nigga in courts of trying to find them. Most of them niggas, like her friends have hit me up like, hey, can you? Because I work for the Social Security office. Oh, can you find this dude? Can you let me know if he's working so I can try to put him on some kind of child support? And I'm like, I can't really do that. I'm not allowed to do that. But I mean, I
don't want
you right, or nor would I want to.
Nor would I want to.
Like, you got to figure out your own situation out. But my ex refers to me as her baby dad. She like, yo, that's my baby dad. Like it's because she can relate to her homegirls in a better way.
Right.
Because her homegirls, my baby dad this, my baby dad that. And she like, well, my baby dad too. And I'll be looking at her like, I don't even. I just be like, bro, whatever. I'm like, we got nothing to talk.
Right. And so because we're getting close to that time, here's the bigger thing too, and I want to make sure that I say this because what I don't want people to misinterpret our channel as is a channel where we're just going to bash Black women, bash the culture, bash that's not our intention at all. This single mother shit, this single parent shit is a problem. It is an epidemic, the epidemic of fatherlessness. Larry Elders talks about this. He was on the Breakfast Club and they was clowning him when he was like, I think the biggest issue in America right now with Black family is fatherlessness. And I'm like, yes. I'm like, listen, this is a huge issue, right? So this is what we're going to say. Men are not trying to be stepfathers. If I got kids and I'm out there dating, maybe I'll meet somebody with kids. I'm a little more lenient because I have my own kids. But I'm talking about men out there who ain't got no kids. It is a shitty deal to expect a man to come in and raise somebody else's kids. It is. I'm sorry. It is a shitty deal, and men don't want to do it. So we're not going to shade single mothers. We're not going to try to be, condescend towards you or talk shit about y'all. But we need to let you know we're telling men to stay away from y'all as far as taking y'all seriously. Like, I'm sorry. Nobody's trying to step up and raise another man's child.
They shouldn't. I don't think they should.
We shouldn't have to do that. We don't deserve that. These men don't deserve that, especially if they're working hard, if they don't have any kids of themselves, if they're stand-up men, and especially if it's Pookie's kid. Listen, we don't deserve this. Gentlemen, no. We're not telling y'all to hate single moms. We're not telling y'all to look down on them. But what I'm saying is to take them seriously for like marriage. I say it wouldn't be the smartest thing for your end. And we've talked about this so many times, but I just want to reiterate that point. We're not trying to shade, people like that. We're not trying to shade. We're just trying to let y'all know men are moving different. And the days of stepping up and being a stepfather, them days is played out. I made the mistake. I regretted it. I used to think it was noble. Not anymore. Because then reality hit me. And I'm like, oh, this is a shit deal. So, all right. I mean, Trina, some final thoughts, but I know Trina also mentioned, like, what are you going to do when your son's out there misbehaving or getting in trouble? And that's what I see too. When I see some of these women with these boys, I'm like, listen, once a boy, boys, males, we're going to be bigger and stronger on average than women. That's how nature created us. When your son gets old enough to where them ass whoopings that you've given him don't affect him anymore, to where he realizes that he has more bass in his voice than you, so when he realizes, when he doesn't feel that pain from the whippings no more, he realizes he doesn't have a physical fear of you, boys move different. And that's why you need a dad to be there. to beat his ass if he needs to, and I'm all for it. Beat your kids so that they act right. I'm with it. Don't get me straight, YouTube. I'm not saying abuse them.
Right.
I'm not. I got my ass whoopings. What I'm saying is when them boys start seeing that moms just ain't strong like that dad is, they move different, bro. They lose respect for the moms. You know what I mean? Especially when they get taller than them and they're bigger than them. It's like they lose. You don't have that. They don't have that fear of mom.
Yeah.
And that fear is what keeps boys on point. You have to use fear. You have to instill that in them when they're younger. As a father, I know if I have a son, I got 2 baby girls. You know, I got blessed with 2 girls. I ain't got my boy. But if I had a boy, I can only imagine, like, bro, I will beat your ass.
Yeah.
Don't you talk to my wife like that. Don't you try to overpower me. What? What? But boys are afraid of men who are bigger and stronger than them with good reason.
Yeah.
But without that fear there, bro, I'm sorry. I feel like single parent households with the moms, with the sons, the boys end up weak, soft, undisciplined, emotional in their feminine energy. And then they just, you know what I mean? Like they're just not men. They're just man childs. Just man childs. So that's why also she made that comment about the boys not being able to control them. But that's real. When your son is old enough where you're no longer a physical threat and them ass whoopings don't hurt no more,
Yeah.
he looks at you different. He does.
Yeah.
He knows you can't take him. He could probably take you. He probably thought about it a couple times.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just different. So, all right, that was my last thought,
No,
bro.
no,
I'm
I feel
sorry.
you. No, listen, take it away.
Where you
Take it
at? You
away.
got any final thoughts? Because
No,
I can talk more. I can talk about this shit, bro.
This ain't gonna be the last time we talk about this, so I'm not.
It's not. It's really not.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, family. Please chime in on the conversation. Do you see the fatherlessness issue? Is that a big issue as well? Is baby mama culture being glorified in the black community, or in or in any community, honestly? Because so many people want to mimic black folk and black culture that I feel like it's like starting to go outside of that too. You know what I mean? So chime in. Let us know what you guys think. It's a new year. We're excited for 2024. We got some things in the works. You know, we got the social media pages about to come up. So listen, we here, we working. We're excited for you guys to be here. We hope it continues to grow. And it's gonna be a great year, man. So until then, Ty, it's been real, bro.
Till next time.
All right.